Well, hello and welcome to Friday, April 17th, 2020. We've reached the end of another stay-at-home week, and this is Cord Cutting Today. I am Philip Palermo. Now today we're going to talk about how Dish's 5G aspirations are a bit in doubt right now. The NBA is looking to start its own streaming service. Plex users get a couple new apps this week, and some content to check out this weekend. But first, a quick programming note. I will actually be out of the office next week and returning on the 27th. But don't worry, Jess will still be here to keep bringing you the latest and greatest in streaming and cord cutting news. And like we've mentioned in the past few weeks, we're also looking to bring a bit more variety to the channel in the near future. So pretty soon you're going to start seeing a better mix of current news, how-tos, and more throughout the week. And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, if you want to support our work, please do consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons down below. Maybe even that bell icon that gets you notifications whenever we upload new content to this channel. And you can always follow along over at our news website, cordcuttersnews.com. Now, as always, links to all the stories we're going to talk about today can be found in the video description down below. And now I think we've covered all the bases. So yeah, let's get on with the news. And we start with Dish. So when T-Mobile and Sprint announced their merger plans and were seeking approval, one of the key components was having another competitor to take Sprint's place, a fourth wireless competitor to enter the 5G wireless arena, if you will. And right now, all eyes are on Dish to become that fourth option to compete with the likes of AT&T, Verizon, and the newly merged T-Mobile. However, recent reports suggest that Dish's goal of launching in 2023 may be in doubt. Granted, folks have been skeptical about that plan for some time, but the ongoing coronavirus pandemic and its widespread economic effects certainly haven't helped. And this week, a market research firm cut its target price for Dish in half from $30 down to $15 and said that Dish's 5G plans would have been hard enough even without the pandemic. And if Dish can't make that 2023 deadline, it stands to face some $2 billion in fines and returning $12 billion in spectrum. And some are predicting the company could ask for an extension. Meanwhile, Dish itself has laid off an undisclosed number of workers this week, and executives have reportedly told employees that they're examining every aspect of the business, which, and this is speculation, could mean further changes in the near future. So yes, we'll continue to monitor Dish and its plans to become a 5G challenger, and we'll keep you up to date. Next up, the NBA is teaming up with Microsoft to develop a new streaming service. Now, it's still early days, of course, but the idea here is to leverage Microsoft's cloud platform to deliver what NBA Commissioner Adam Silver calls customized content that allows fans to immerse themselves in all aspects of the game and engage directly with our teams and players. Now, it's unclear at this stage what exactly that would look like, but Microsoft does have a number of options that could make sense here, including maybe leveraging its Xbox division for some exclusive gaming opportunities, or maybe its HoloLens mixed reality tech for some immersive experiences. What has been announced, though, are features like the ability for fans to set up their accounts and pick favorite teams. That way, the service can tailor content, stats, trivia, and more to user preferences. And in case you're wondering, it looks like the service will expand on what's available in the NBA's current League Pass service, instead of outright replacing it. This new service could be pretty interesting, but of course we'll probably have to wait for basketball to return for the service to really take shape. Until then, stay tuned. Next up, Plex has announced a pair of new apps courtesy of its Plex Labs development program. The first one, Plex Amp, is a highly stylized media player that the company intends as a playground to enjoy content. You can create custom radio stations, download media for offline listening, and more. Now, Plex also seems pretty proud that its new app is available on 5 platforms at launch, including iOS, Android, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. And you'll need to be a Plex Pass member to check it out. The second app focuses more on server management. Now, traditionally, Plex server management often means loading up the web app version, but this new app, called Plex Dash, aims to give mobile users a lot of server control from a sleeker, mobile-focused app. You should be able to monitor current playback, update and edit artwork, and get into some pretty extensive server administration tools. Plex Dash is available now on iOS and Android, and like Plex Amp earlier, you'll also need to be a Plex Pass member to enjoy. Next up, some programming notes for tonight and into the next week. First up, Roku announced it will stream the One World Together at Home live event on Saturday, April 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific on the Roku channel and other partner channels on Roku. Now the goal here is to celebrate and pay tribute to all the frontline healthcare workers who have been doing just amazing, inspiring work during the coronavirus pandemic. In addition to the live broadcast, there's also a pre-show of sorts beforehand. It's a multi-hour digital live stream from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. just before the live show kicks off. And you can get more details, including the long list of folks scheduled to appear and or perform, in Jess's post linked down below in the video description. And in calmer programming news, Sesame Street and Headspace have announced a team-up to offer a series of meditation videos to Sesame Street's YouTube channel. They're called Monster Meditations, and the 3-minute videos, available on both YouTube and YouTube Kids, are aimed at helping kids deal with the extra energy and frustration which could be on the rise given the widespread stay-at-home orders. The first in the series went up this week and features Cookie Monster learning how to pass the time without getting frustrated. And you can catch more in the series every other week, starting this week. And frankly, discovering new ways to stay calmer and more relaxed sounds like a great idea right about now. So if you and your kids end up giving it a try, let us know what you think of the service down in the comments section below. And finally, just a heads up going into next week that it's Earth Day on Wednesday, and BBC America is planning a 4-day event starting on Monday, April 20th to celebrate. You'll be able to catch a marathon of the original Planet Earth series on Monday, and then Blue Planet 2 on Tuesday. The programming also includes a few BBC America premieres like Best of 7 Worlds, One Planet, and She Walks with Apes. You can find the full listing in Tamara's post over at cordcuttersnews.com, and you'll find a link to that down in the video description. And that brings us to the end of another cord cutting today and the end of another week. And again, I'll be out next week, but Jess will be here, and be on the lookout for some new types of videos coming in the next few weeks. We're going to have some fun and work on some ways to get you all the latest in cord cutting and streaming news, but also handy how-tos, guides, and more. So pardon our dust and all, but it should be fun. And real quick, just wanted to address a few viewer comments. Robert Holder asks, what's the update on SpaceX? Still waiting for update? Is it still in play? Please let me know. Thanks. So yeah, if you're asking about the next launch of the Starlink satellites, the latest info suggests a launch next week, Thursday, April 23rd. Of course, plans can change, especially as weather systems roll in, but that's the latest so far. And I also saw this in the comments of yesterday's video, and I had to reply. Brian Turner asks, actually no, he demands, we demand that you show your Bob Ross iPad paintings. You can't just bring up that tidbit without showing us. And you're absolutely right. That was a missed opportunity right there. So I'm going to throw a couple recent ones on the screen, let's say here and maybe here. Now these particular ones are not based on Bob Ross paintings, but they are my attempts to recreate tutorials I've seen from other artists on YouTube, and I'll link to their channels in the video description as well, because, you know, they deserve the recognition. But yeah, it's fun to see how close I can get on an iPad. And I will say that if I come up woefully short, I just blame the iPad instead of any inherent lack of skill. But that's just how I do it. In any case, that's our show for Friday. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please do consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons, and it makes a huge, huge impact on the channel. And we hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. My name's Philip Palermo. Take care.